Have you ever started something with so much excitement, thinking this time you would definitely make it, but after a short while, you lost motivation, procrastinated, and eventually gave up? Maybe it was a weight loss plan, a business project, or a big life goal. At first you were full of energy, but then challenges appeared. You lost patience. You told yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow." And then, you never did. Did you know? Success doesn't belong to the smartest or the most talented. Success belongs to those who refuse to give up. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who keep struggling is persistence. It's not about being stronger, smarter, or luckier. It's simply about not stopping. So how can you break free from the cycle of excited, discouraged, quitting? How do you stay motivated and keep moving forward even when things get tough? In this video, I'll share powerful strategies that will help you push through challenges and turn your goals into reality. If you've ever given up halfway, now is the time to change. Stay until the end of the video to discover the secrets to overcoming frustration and staying committed to your goals. Hit that like button to keep the motivation going. Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on more valuable content. Now, let's get started. The reasons why you give up. To overcome the habit of giving up halfway, we must first understand its root causes. Here are the 5 most common reasons why people abandon their goals. 1. Setting unrealistic goals. Many people tend to set overly ambitious goals without considering their actual capabilities. This leads to quick disappointment when results don't meet expectations. For example, you might aim to lose 10 kilos in a month, but this is nearly impossible for most people. After a week with little progress, you feel discouraged and give up. Similarly, a beginner in programming might want to become an expert in 3 months. After a few weeks, they realize the knowledge is too vast. Lessons get harder and they quit. The solution is to break your goal into smaller, achievable steps. If you want to lose weight, aim for 1 to 2 kilo per week. If learning to code, start with HTML and CSS before jumping into JavaScript. 2. Losing motivation over time. At first, everyone feels excited when starting something new, but as time passes, when challenges arise or the excitement fades, motivation dwindles. For example, you might start a YouTube channel investing effort in recording and editing videos. But after a few uploads, you get very few views and no subscribers. You begin to doubt yourself and give up, or you commit to reading daily. The first week, you finish 5 books, but by the second week, work gets busy, and you skip a few days, eventually abandoning the habit. The solution is to turn actions into habits, because motivation is temporary. Don't rely on inspiration. Set a fixed schedule and stick to it, regardless of how you feel. 3. Lack of a clear plan. Not having a detailed plan is like traveling without a map. You easily get lost and lose direction. For instance, you might want to start an online business, but don't define your product, target customers, or marketing strategy. After a few weeks with no sales, you give up. Or you decide to go to the gym to get fit but don't have a structured workout plan or diet. You just exercise randomly. After a month with no visible results, you lose motivation and quit. The solution is to plan in detail before starting. If it's business, research your products, customers, and marketing approach. If it's fitness, follow a structured routine for at least 3 months. 4. Distractions and lack of focus. Our surroundings are full of distractions: phones, social media, messages, and other tasks. Every interruption makes it harder to regain focus. For example, you might plan to spend 2 hours in the evening learning to code, but as soon as you open your laptop, you receive a message on Facebook. You reply, scroll through TikTok for a while, and suddenly an hour has passed. Or you might want to write a blog post, but every 5 minutes, you check your phone, reply to messages, and read the news. The whole day passes, and you still haven't finished the article. The solution is to create a distraction-free environment. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb or keep it out of reach. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Make a to-do list before starting to stay focused. 5. Fear of failure and lack of confidence. Many people give up not because they lack ability, but because they fear failure. They worry about being judged or not being good enough, so they don't try or quit at the first sign of struggle. For example, you might want to post videos on TikTok but fear being judged by friends. You record a few, but never upload them, thinking, "Forget it, I'm not good at this." Or you might be learning English, but when talking to a foreigner, you fear mispronouncing words and being laughed at, so you stay silent and stop practicing. The T solution is to accept that failure is part of learning. No one is great from the start. Stop worrying about what others think. Everyone starts somewhere. Focus on your progress, no matter how small. In conclusion, there are many reasons why people give up, but all of them can be overcome. The key is to recognize the problem and find a way to push through. How to keep going and not give up. 1. Break down your goals. The key to staying motivated and not giving up. One of the most common mistakes that cause people to quit too soon is setting goals that are too big without a clear plan to achieve them. When they don't see immediate results, they quickly become frustrated, lose motivation, and eventually give up. Instead of trying to leap straight to success, you need to break your goal down into smaller, manageable steps. This not only helps you stay motivated, but also gives you a sense of achievement from the very beginning, making it easier to stay committed. Imagine you want to run a marathon in Berlin, covering a distance of 42 kilometers, but you have never run long distances before. If you try to complete the full distance in one go, you'll likely exhaust yourself and lose confidence in your ability. Instead, start by running 2 kilometers a day in the first week, then gradually increase to 5 kilometers, then 10 kilometers. As your body adapts to the intensity, you'll find yourself capable of handling longer distances without feeling overwhelmed. Similarly, if you want to learn German to live and work in Munich, trying to master all the grammar rules in a few months will only leave you feeling confused and discouraged. Instead, set more realistic goals, such as learning 5 new words each day, listening to a 10-minute podcast, or practicing basic conversation phrases. By breaking down your learning path, you'll find the process much easier and less stressful. Breaking down goals is also crucial in the workplace. Suppose you want to start a business and open a coffee shop in Paris, but don't know where to begin. If you immediately jump into renting a space and buying equipment without a clear plan, you might face many difficulties. Instead, start by researching the market, testing with a small coffee stand or an online shop, and then gradually expand as you gain more experience and resources. No matter what your goal is, running a marathon, learning a new language, or starting a business, breaking it down into smaller steps makes it easier to track progress, stay motivated, and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Remember, success doesn't come from giant leaps, but from small, steady steps. 2. Remember why you started. Stay connected to your purpose. One of the biggest reasons people give up is that they lose sight of why they started in the first place. When challenges arise, when motivation fades, or when progress feels slow, it's easy to forget the excitement and determination that pushed you to take action in the beginning. To stay committed, you need to constantly remind yourself of your purpose. A great way to do this is to write down your reasons and keep them somewhere visible. Whether it's a note on your desk, a reminder on your phone, or a journal entry, having a tangible reminder of your initial motivation can help you push through difficult moments. Imagine you move to London to pursue your dream of becoming a chef. The first few months are exhausting. Long working hours, high-pressure environments, and moments of self-doubt. There are days when you question whether it's worth it. But then, you open your journal and read the words you wrote before you started. I want to create dishes that bring people joy, to work in a Michelin-starred restaurant, and to prove to myself that I can succeed in this career. Suddenly, you remember why you embarked on this journey, and that reminder reignites your determination. The same applies to fitness goals. Suppose you decided to lose weight and adopt a healthier lifestyle. After a few weeks, progress is slow, and temptations start creeping in, perhaps skipping workouts or indulging in unhealthy foods. Instead of giving up, you revisit your initial reason. I want to feel confident in my own body, have more energy, and improve my long-term health. By reconnecting with your why, you regain focus and push forward instead of quitting. Even in academics or career pursuits, keeping your purpose in mind is crucial. A university student studying in Berlin may feel overwhelmed by coursework, tempted to drop out due to stress. But if they remind themselves of their goal, perhaps securing a dream job, making their family proud, or pursuing a passion, they can find the strength to persist. Your why is your anchor. When things get tough, instead of letting doubt take over, remind yourself of the reason you started. Your motivation may fluctuate, but your purpose remains constant. Keep it close and let it guide you through every challenge. 3. Build habits. Instead of relying on inspiration, discipline is the key. Many people fail to maintain a goal simply because they rely too much on inspiration. They only take action when they feel motivated, but motivation comes and goes. It cannot be controlled. If you truly want to achieve something, don't wait for inspiration. Turn it into a daily habit. Think about brushing your teeth every morning. You don't need motivation to do it. You do it instinctively because it's part of your daily routine. When an action becomes a habit, it's no longer something you want to do, but something you naturally do. This is why successful people often have strict habits that help them achieve their goals, even when they don't feel motivated. Instead of saying you'll write when you feel inspired, set a specific goal, such as writing 500 words every day at 7 a.m. If you want to learn a new language like German, don't just study when you have time. Establish a fixed schedule, such as 20 minutes every evening before bed. This helps you remove emotional dependence and form a sustainable habit. For example, a student in Amsterdam wants to improve their programming skills. If they only study when they feel like it, they might miss many days, even weeks. However, if they set a specific time, such as studying programming from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. every day, learning becomes part of their routine and is no longer subject to their mood. Similarly, someone in Paris wants to maintain a running habit, but often feels lazy. If they only run when they feel like it, they won't be able to sustain it long term. But if they decide to run 3 kilometers every morning at 6:30 a.m., regardless of the weather, their body and mind will gradually adapt, making it a natural part of their day. To maintain a habit, start with small steps. If you want to read more books, don't force yourself to finish one book per week immediately. Begin with 5 to 10 pages a day. Attach new habits to familiar activities, such as exercising right after making your morning coffee or before taking a shower. Remove obstacles by placing your musical instrument in a visible spot if you want to practice music, or keep healthy food readily available in your fridge if you want to eat better. Habits will keep you going even when you lack motivation. Don't let emotions dictate your actions. Let habits guide you. Once you establish a habit, you will no longer struggle with yourself every day. You will simply do it. 4. Finding a companion or support community. One of the key factors in maintaining motivation and habits is having a companion or joining a community with the same goals. When you have someone working alongside you, you not only feel more responsible, but also gain additional motivation to continue, even when inspiration wanes. Seeking a supportive community ensures you are not alone on your journey of self-development, while also bringing practical benefits. First and foremost, having a companion increases motivation and accountability. When working alone, it is easy to procrastinate or give up when facing difficulties. However, If you have someone progressing alongside you, you will feel a greater sense of responsibility and will not want to let them down. For instance, a group of students in Berlin decided to learn German together every day. They created a chat group to remind each other to study, share materials, and practice conversations. Thanks to this supportive group, they maintained their learning routine more consistently than they would have alone. Additionally, participating in a community allows you to learn from others' experiences. A support community can provide valuable advice, experiences, and resources that might be difficult to find on your own. For example, a new programmer in Amsterdam joined a local developer meetup group. Through this, they had opportunities to network with experts, learn useful tips, and receive guidance that helped them improve their skills more quickly. Moreover, having the right community helps you maintain long-term habits. Seeing others make progress serves as motivation to keep up and not fall behind. For example, in Paris, a group of running enthusiasts formed an early morning running club. They met daily at 6:30 a.m. to run along the Seine River. Having companions helped them maintain their habit even on cold days. So how can you find the right community? You can join social media groups on platforms like Facebook, Reddit, and Discord, which host various groups covering topics from sports and education to personal development. It is essential to find groups with active participation, where people support and share real-life experiences. Additionally, if you are pursuing a professional field, such as programming, marketing, or writing, forums like Stack Overflow, Medium, or LinkedIn communities are ideal places to connect and learn. Furthermore, attending courses, workshops, or offline events is an excellent way to connect with like-minded individuals. For example, TEDx conferences in Europe often attract people passionate about self-development, providing great opportunities to meet and exchange experiences. In conclusion, having a companion or a supportive community not only helps you maintain motivation, but also provides valuable resources for growth. Do not hesitate to join and engage with people who share your goals, as they will be crucial in helping you persist on your path to achieving success. 5. Tracking progress to stay motivated. One of the most effective ways to maintain motivation and build long-term habits is by tracking your progress. Seeing tangible results of your efforts reinforces positive behavior and encourages you to keep moving forward. When you acknowledge how far you have come, it creates a sense of achievement, making it easier to stay committed. Tracking progress increases motivation by providing a visual representation of growth, which serves as a psychological boost. For example, a researcher in London aiming to publish more papers tracks the number of words they write daily and over time. Seeing the numbers increase provides encouragement, even on days when motivation is low. It also provides a sense of accomplishment, as marking off completed tasks triggers the brain's reward system, making habits more enjoyable and sustainable. A language learner in Madrid, for instance, uses a habit tracking app to check off completed lessons, with each checkmark bringing a small feeling of achievement that builds momentum. Additionally, monitoring progress helps identify patterns and areas for improvement. A fitness enthusiast in Copenhagen who tracks their running distance realizes they perform better on well-rested days, leading them to optimize their workout schedule. There are various effective methods to track progress, depending on personal preference. Many people use habit tracking apps like Habitica, Notion, or Google Sheets, which offer visual progress bars, streak counters, and reminders to stay on track. Others prefer physical tracking methods, such as maintaining a bullet journal or using a whiteboard calendar. A student in Vienna, for example, logs daily study hours in a journal to make learning more structured. Setting milestones and celebrating small wins also helps sustain motivation. Instead of aiming to read 50 books in a year, a reader in Stockholm sets monthly goals and rewards themselves with a coffee from their favorite cafe after finishing each book. Reflecting on progress weekly or monthly is another valuable strategy, as it allows individuals to appreciate their journey and make necessary adjustments. Professionals in corporate environments often conduct monthly self-reviews to assess productivity and realign their goals. Tracking progress is a simple yet powerful tool that boosts motivation and reinforces positive habits. By visually recording achievements, individuals create a cycle of success that keeps them engaged and committed to long-term goals. Whether through apps, journals, or milestone rewards, finding a suitable tracking system and integrating it into a daily routine can make a significant difference in sustaining motivation and achieving personal growth. 6. Rest at the right time. Don't overpressure yourself. Sustaining long-term habits and motivation is not just about continuous effort, but also knowing when to take a break. Many people push themselves too hard, fearing that pausing will lead to failure. However, rest is an essential part of productivity and self-improvement. Instead of viewing breaks as a sign of weakness, they should be seen as a strategic way to recharge and maintain consistency. When you are exhausted, forcing yourself to continue often leads to burnout, decreased efficiency, and even a loss of passion. For example, a writer in Edinburgh working on a novel found that taking short walks between writing sessions helped prevent mental fatigue and allowed fresh ideas to emerge naturally. Taking a break does not mean giving up, but rather stepping back temporarily to regain energy. Scientific studies show that short breaks improve focus, memory retention, and problem-solving abilities. Many professionals adopt the Pomodoro technique, where they work intensively for 25-50 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. A software developer in Berlin, for instance, follows this method to avoid exhaustion, ensuring they remain productive throughout the day. Similarly, athletes integrate rest days into their training routines because they understand that muscles grow and recover during rest periods, not just through constant exertion. Balancing work and relaxation is crucial for sustaining habits in the long run. Without proper breaks, people often experience diminishing returns on their efforts, leading to frustration and eventual abandonment of goals. A university student in Paris preparing for exams learned that studying for long hours without rest resulted in poor retention, whereas incorporating scheduled breaks made learning more effective. The key is to find a relaxation method that suits you. Some people prefer meditation or deep breathing exercises, while others find reading, listening to music, or simply stepping outside for fresh air to be more effective. A marketing professional in Amsterdam discovered that engaging in a 5-minute mindfulness exercise during lunch breaks significantly reduced stress and improved afternoon productivity. In conclusion, knowing when to rest is just as important as working hard. Taking strategic breaks enhances long-term efficiency, prevents burnout, and helps maintain motivation. Instead of pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, embrace a balanced approach where effort and relaxation go hand in hand. By incorporating well-timed rest into your routine, you can sustain productivity, enjoy the process, and achieve lasting success. 7. Reward yourself for small milestones. One of the most effective ways to build and maintain long-term habits is by rewarding yourself when you reach small milestones. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure, and by associating positive reinforcement with our efforts, we increase the likelihood of continuing a habit. Small rewards act as motivation boosters, reinforcing the idea that progress, no matter how minor, is valuable and worth celebrating. Instead of waiting for a major accomplishment, breaking larger goals into smaller achievements and rewarding yourself along the way makes the journey more enjoyable and sustainable. For example, a student in London trying to establish a consistent study routine decides to reward themselves with a bubble tea after completing a full week of studying without skipping a day. This simple reward makes studying feel less like a chore and more like a challenge with a satisfying payoff. Over time, their brain associates studying with the anticipation of a reward, making the habit easier to maintain. Psychological research supports the power of rewards in habit formation. When we experience a reward, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. This reinforces the habit loop, making us more likely to repeat the behavior. A young professional in Berlin who struggles with regular workouts starts treating themselves to a relaxing spa session after every 2 weeks of consistent exercise. This reward system helps them stay committed as they associate physical activity with relaxation and self-care, rather than just effort and exhaustion. The key to effective self-rewarding is choosing rewards that complement, rather than contradict, your goals. If your habit involves improving health and fitness, rewarding yourself with an entire day of unhealthy eating might counteract your progress. Instead, choosing rewards like buying new workout gear, going for a massage, or watching a favorite show works better. A business owner in Amsterdam who successfully completes a major project milestone might reward themselves with a short weekend trip, allowing them to recharge while celebrating their achievement. Additionally, non-material rewards can be just as powerful. Taking a break, enjoying nature, or simply recognizing and celebrating progress can reinforce positive habits. For instance, a writer in Paris working on a novel may reward themselves by spending a relaxing evening reading their favorite book after finishing a chapter. In conclusion, rewarding yourself for small milestones helps reinforce habits by linking them with joy and satisfaction. Whether it's a small treat, a relaxing activity, or simply acknowledging progress, these rewards keep motivation high and prevent burnout. By creating a cycle where effort leads to pleasure, habit formation becomes not just a discipline, but an enjoyable and fulfilling process. In the journey of building lasting habits, the key lies in persistence, motivation, and balance. By breaking down goals, staying committed, and celebrating progress, you transform small actions into lifelong routines. Remember why you started, find supportive companions, and track your achievements to stay inspired. Most importantly, allow yourself to rest and enjoy well-earned rewards to maintain enthusiasm. Every great change begins with a small step, so start today. Have you ever struggled with maintaining a habit? Share your experience in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more valuable content.